This is the second video in our 4-part series, photographing in Iceland on medium format. And in this video, I'm going to be using the Pentax 6.7.
In the second part of our medium format road trip through Iceland, I'm going to be using the Pentax 6.7. And we're going to start off in this derelict barn.
The Pentax 6.7 is a camera with a very devoted following. And this, aside from a few test rolls, was my first time using it.
I've had a bit of a wonky start with this camera. I borrowed it off a friend of mine. And first time I used it, I didn't hit the wind on hard enough. And it doesn't work if it doesn't have film in it because it relies entirely on film tension to function. Which means that checking out the shutter like a normal camera is almost impossible. You can, I've been told, wind this little bit on here to get some tension so that you can fire the shutter without film on it, but I haven't been able to get that to work. The first roll of film I put through it, only half the roll came out. This particular lens didn't seem to be firing. It's the 90-2.8, the first model, and it's got a leaf shutter in the front of it so that you can flash sync at higher speeds. But if it doesn't sync with the camera properly, you've got yourself a problem. And testing it turned off, I did manage to get a whole roll of film out of it. So I decided to bring it to Iceland anyway. I'm now going to use this barn and photograph Jamie in Sigrin's red dress.
So it's a dress which is covered with words of positivity, specifically taken from an Icelandic woman who's considered to be the völva, which means the woman who can predict the future of Iceland. So they're all words such as that everything's going to be okay, make a decision, you are kindness, life is on your side. So it's all words of positivity and encouragement. Believe in life because life believes in you. Life is a party and you are its host.
I am.
You are awesome. Everything is going to be perfect. Don't doubt love because love doesn't doubt you. So yeah, it's all words, phrases of wonderful things.
The dress is all about hope and the barn feels like it's all about despair. So it's quite a good contrast. I'm going to use this and the 45mm lens and see what we get.
As we started to shoot, 3 things happened. The heavens opened, the wind blew up like crazy, and the white hire cars started to turn up at our location.
I'm going to come out and get something really wide. I'm just going to swap the lens out from the 45 to the 90. So after this roll, we'll call it quits.
It's very much based on a woman who's sort of gone through life being knocked down a fair few times but never been broken. So that's why it's called Softly Unbreakable, and it's just full of words in English of love and light, spark of life, furnace of love, phenomenal woman, that kind of thing.
The red dress was in Icelandic and the blue dress is in English. So we've come here to this waterfall where she can be rising out of the water. I'm doing the same thing I did in the Hasselblad video where I've got the Godox AD600 just to pick out the subject against the background because it's very beautiful here but it's very overcast. And I'm trying to bring that background down a little bit. So I'm actually going to use Cinestill 50D, which I brought out here simply because I wasn't worried about 50D going through airport scanners, but it's actually got another use.
I was nervous using this camera in Iceland. The Pentax 6.7 has quite a steep learning curve. It's unique in so many ways. But that means it's not competition to the Hasselblad or the Mamiya, it's its own thing. And if I'd known how good it was then, before I got the pictures back, I would have shot so much more on it. I think this camera is absolutely fantastic and I can't wait to shoot more on it before I have to give it back.
So that's it for the Pentax 6.7 in Iceland. Next week I'll be using a different medium format camera in Iceland. I don't know which one yet, because I haven't decided. But if you're lucky enough to be watching it after the next one comes out, you can always click on that one or that one to check it out. If you want to support the channel, you can help us grow. You can like, share and subscribe. You can buy prints from the shoot on Darkroom Tech. And you can support us on our Patreon page, as well as helping by buying a roll of film on Amazon. So until next week, happy shooting.